In my review of The Return of Godzilla, I said that New World Pictures was planning to turn the film into a tongue-in-cheek comedy. I proclaimed that they were going to ruin the film, but to be honest, Toho already did. The original film in its entirety made some questionable decisions with the inclusion of Tetsuya Takeda, a Japanese folk singer who played the vagrant that challenged Godzilla and ultimately fell. This character is funny and can be amusing, but that's not what this film needed. This was a reboot of the original 1954, which absolutely had no comedy and was a serious film with dark overtones. It had a strong message. There is a time and a place for comedy, but if this film was trying to capture the spirit of the original 1954 film, this was not the way. It was a film of pain which left emotional impact on audiences. Let's be honest, folks. If this was your first viewing of the movie and you saw this scene, what would you think?
No need to get nasty! Damn you!
The sea louse scene as a child terrified me, but viewing the unedited footage, it looks like someone is holding a string and dangling him over Goro Maki's back. It ruins the feel of the film and takes away the terrifying factor and almost looks comical. There is another scene where Godzilla lifts the train and it is terrifying and you see people screaming in terror. But then there is a close-up of a man dressed as a pope. His name is Hiroshi Kamayatsu. Apparently this was a joke to Japanese audiences. Hiroshi Kamayatsu was originally part of the garage band called The Spiders. What really bothers me about this scene is that the terrifying factor is destroyed when you see him smiling. My point is that I believe these scenes are the key reason why New World wanted to turn it into a comedy. However, this is just a theory, but still does not justify their actions for wanting to defamate this film. If I were to modify the film, I would cut out certain scenes of Tetsuya Takeda where he is being comedic. I would focus on him helping Goro and Naoko. I would focus on developing a stronger relationship with Goro and Naoko. You felt the power of Ogata and Emiko's relationship, and it was believable. The relationship didn't feel convenient for the plot. And it developed throughout the entirety of the film. Adding Serizawa into the mix added tension, drama. It didn't treat the audience like they were children. It was a completely different script for this film, and it was known as the Resurrection of Godzilla. Godzilla would face off against Bagan, also known as Bakken. Bagan would have three forms: the sacred monkey beast, the sacred dragon beast, and the sacred water beast. Shinji Higuchi, whom co-directed Shin Godzilla with Hideaki Anno, was an uncredited special effects assistant under Teruyoshi Nakano for the production of The Return of Godzilla. This would be the final production Teruyoshi Nakano would work on before being succeeded by Koichi Kawakita. Another interesting theory is that Cybot Godzilla was inspired by the Kong animatronic in John Guillermo's King Kong, the 40-foot-tall robot. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it, specifically the TV extended version. The special effects are amazing for their time. I always wanted to see a clash between this Kong and Gedo Goji. I believe that's what we would have got in 1991 instead of versus Ghidorah, because that was originally what the film was going to be. It wasn't going to be Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, it was going to be a remake of Godzilla vs. Kong. My final thoughts on the film: a few minor changes. I believe it could be on the same level as its 1954 predecessor. The comedy aspects by no means ruin the film, but they are distracting from the overall theme. Comedy has proven time and time again that it can work in Godzilla films. It just has to have the right tone. Take for instance Invasion of the Astro Monster. The plot is ridiculous, the film is ridiculous, but it is meant to be ridiculous, and it's fun. Despite the inconsistency, Return of Godzilla is still one of my favorite Godzilla films. The message of the Cold War remains prevalent and strong, and the message is still impactful. Anyways, my friends, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I welcome you to join the madness. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button